Hi, everybody. Okay, before I start, I'm going to give the awards of the week. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I forget, and sometimes I just don't have any performances that are great. But I got to give it up to Billy Flynn and Crystal Khalil. Yeah, today aces. Okay, now also I have to say that I have not been a fan of Lily and Kane this go round, and I'll tell you why. Because I feel like they were the writers were trying to put them together because they had been together a long time ago and they wanted to be nostalgia love or whatever. But I felt like it was forced, so I didn't like it. Plus, I felt like they wrote Kane desperate because Lily kept saying, "No, no, get away from me, no," and he wasn't taking it. I was like, "Okay, dude, you're gonna become like 1 inch from Stalker." Okay, so today I swear on anything holy, they changed my mind in 5 minutes. Okay, the whole episode was New Year's Eve for everybody. Okay? Okay, so on one hand, you have uh, Mark Grossman and Courtney Hope playing, whatever, and they mixed up orders. So then Sally and Adam, I'm sorry, I remember your real name more than your character name. But anyway, Sally and Adam. Okay, so they ordered food, but they got the orders mixed up. So then they had to interact and whatever. And then it turns out that Adam is kind of free because Chelsea, he knows Chelsea is going to be in bad sleep. And then Carter, his child with OCD, is more interested in a computer game. So he's kind of free, right? Okay. So then Sally was supposed to be with Billy, but Billy got called away on a business trip thing spontaneously to Chicago. So they're both kind of separate, right? Okay. Now, I kind of explained the whole dynamic before earlier this week. I said, you have to understand that Courtney Hope and Mark Grossman were in a relationship personally for a while, right? Which is why I thought that it was Courtney talking to Mark instead of just the characters when they had their last interaction. Um, but this time it was like they were characters were talking, so it was cool. Um, so okay, and then also to kind of go back a little bit, you have to understand that the character Sally apparently doesn't like major holidays. So this whole time that she and Adam were trying to get to know each other, she was like, I don't celebrate holidays. So she did this anti New Year's Eve thing and she had all the decorations. And then she calls them over because she says, well, I know I don't celebrate but if we're not going to celebrate, we have to do before midnight. And then, that's when they fell in love. Whatever. Okay. So, it's kind of interesting that they're celebrating New Year's Eve together again. Um, yeah, and they kind of like for the most part they had good conversation, but then there were some sticking points a little bit, but it wasn't that bad. So it was good. Okay. Meanwhile, Kyle was talking to Victoria and trying to convince Victoria to tell her father to back off of Jabot, right? But I think Victoria's gonna say something, but I don't know how effective it's gonna be. Okay, moving on. Um, the last thing. Okay, and this is how uh, Billy Flynn and Crystal Khalil changed my mind in 5 minutes. Because Lily came by his house. I don't know what they're considering it now. But anyway, it's a nice place. And to tell him, which is so stupid, to tell him that she doesn't want a relationship with him because she didn't want to have mixed messages and she didn't want to start off the new year on a bad foot or something. I don't know. She said, I don't want to start off the new year with misunderstandings. Okay. Okay. So then she says, well, and he says, well, last time when we went to the party, because remember they went to the launch party together? Okay, that's the piece you need to know. Because, yeah. Okay. So then apparently they had such a good time that both of them thought they were going to have something in the future, whatever. Like maybe start up their relationship again or whatever, right? But then that moment where, okay, now Kane is saying, or Billy Flynn as Kane said, well, you thought you saw me kissing Phyllis. Phyllis kissed me and I didn't want her to. So you saw it, but I broke it up. But you left, so you didn't see the other part. I was like, oh, snap. Because I thought that he was kissing Phyllis too. Okay, now that if I think about it in the way of she kissed him first and he didn't want it, that's different. So okay. Okay, so that changed my mind right there. Then, okay, I know I'm all over the place today, but I swear it makes sense, okay? But I gotta give it up to the director too, because of this episode. Because Lily is standing there, and I mean, she's not moving. She's saying everything like bad and not moving. Kane, or they told Billy Flynn to get closer to her, but in increments. So incremental closeness. Because, okay, she's standing here. I gotta do like visual aids. She's standing here, and he's standing here, kind of, or maybe a little bit back. But then as he keeps talking, he moves himself further and further, closer to her. Like, like a little bit and a little bit more. And I'm like, oh my God. And I swear, okay, I've been watching YNR religiously for months now. I was on the edge of my seat going, oh my God, what's going to happen here? What's going to happen? Is he going to kiss her? Is she going to slap him? Oh man. Okay, so then here comes the coup de grace and what changed my mind. Okay. Oh, wow. I'm so excited I can't talk. Okay, so he says, come on, Lily. You know you want to be with me. You're just getting your own way. And like, I'm right. And then he keeps talking about like, and then it changes. It's all good, but it changes to like, I like it when you do this, and I know that when you do that, it means that, and like the kind of conversation, the kind of things that only somebody who knows you and really knows you would say. And okay, as it's going on, I'm crumbling like a. Oh, I am crumbling, man. Okay, number one. Number two, I can see Lily crumbling too. Because as he's saying all the stuff, it's like she's not saying a word, but she agrees with them. And then literally, they get this close where their faces are like right there, and they're gonna kiss. But like that moment was so satisfying. I can't even describe it to you. Man, you guys made me a believer. Jesus. Now I want them to get, not like, because it was done right this time. That's why I like it. So, yeah. Wow. And also, that was like a kiss for the ages. Man. Because he's like, I'm going to kiss you. And then he does it. I was like cheering in my head. This is great. Holy crap. This is going to be the kind of scene I'm going to remember for a while, like legit. Because, and if I was running the acting something, I'd tell people, do that. Okay, like everything they did, do that. Because that's how you melt people. Oh, man. Man. Okay. Bye, everybody.